So modifications are sometimes going to be completely necessary. And sometimes it's hard to know, okay, well, if I can't do this exercise or it's too painful or maybe I'm not quite ready, what do I do? And there's a lot of different modifications for a lot of exercises, and it can be pretty overwhelming. But I want you to think about these main things when it comes to modifying your exercise if need be. So first thing that you can do is always lessen the range of motion. So if you have a pain, let's say with a lunge, and you're having pain going all the way down to the ground and back up, you can lessen your range of motion. Go about maybe to 90 degrees or go to 60 degrees or 45 degrees. Start with that, be able to get to the point that you can tolerate and figure out that range of motion. Do that consistently. And then as that gets easier, because it will, because your body will eventually be able to tolerate more and more and it'll figure it out, then you can go deeper and then you can go deeper. Ultimately, your goal is to be able to go full range of motion, but you might not be there quite yet. And I always tell my clients, I don't care about how deep you're going right now. I want this movement to look good and I want it to be pain-free relatively so that we can continue to make progress and make change. So lessen the range of motion is one. Another thing, lessen the resistance. If you're already doing body weight, obviously there's only so much that we can lessen resistance. I'll talk about that, how we do it. But if you're having a band, lessen the band resistance. If you're having weights, lessen the resistance with the weights. Maybe a little bit self-explanatory there. But you can lessen the weight and that will make it easier. That's another modification. Another modification, less reps and sets. So say I've programmed 3 sets of 12 for an exercise and you're really struggling to get to that 12th one or it's becoming painful towards the end, you can do less. So say you can do 3 sets of 8. 8 feels really doable for you. That is what you can start with, and then as it becomes easier, you can increase those reps, or maybe you only got 2 sets in, and that's all that you could do. That's okay. You'll be able to do more and more and tolerate more as you get stronger and your body becomes desensitized to certain movements, and you're learning those movement patterns. So those are 3 different ways that we can modify. Another way is putting 2 legs down instead of 1. So a lot of the things that we're going to be doing in this phase are starting to get more on 1 leg at a time. But you'll notice there's a stagger position. So that stagger position is basically offloading the leg a little bit more. So you're not fully on 1 leg, but you have the other leg there for support. So when you're in a stagger position with like a bridge or a squat or anything like that, you're not fully on 1 leg yet. So you're in control with how much weight you're putting through the standing or working leg. You can help yourself as much as you need. So that's a great modification to use for a lot of exercises where you can have that stagger stance if you can't fully be on 1 leg. The other way to modify is holding on to something. So if you can't fully maybe maintain your balance, because balance is a big part of a lot of things that we're doing, I ultimately want you to challenge your balance. But in the very beginning, you can hold on to a desk, hold on to a table, a chair, something sturdy to be able to give yourself a little bit more sense of security so that you can do the exercise properly. I don't like when my clients are trying to do the exercise and they're falling all over the place and they can't even get 1 rep in. I'd rather you hold on to something and get a nice, good, solid rep with all the sets. And then as that gets easy, go to a couple fingers, 2 fingers, 1 finger, no hands. That's the goal. Okay, so those are different ways that you can modify. If those still aren't enough, I have a private Facebook group that I highly recommend that you guys join in on. If you don't have that link for that, I'll make sure that it's up there in this phase 2. And that's where you can ask me any of your questions. The messaging on the app itself is really just for technical issues with the app or with the course, the setup. It's not for specific questions when it comes to your body and your program. I provide that through my private Facebook group. So you can ask me any of those questions. It's me responding. I have people asking me about specific exercise or their tolerance to, things and how to increase or decrease. They send me videos on there like, hey, am I doing this right? That is what the Facebook group is for. It's also, we're encouraging each other. So everybody's kind of going through the same thing. Highly recommend joining that. You have lifetime access to it. It's super affordable, really cheap. So I highly recommend getting into that. And then I can answer any of those modification questions for you there.